I'm down by the mere again. I just pointed out it's a beautiful day and you can see the sunshine glistening off the water over there. And of course I've got a lot of ducks. There's another duck down there. There's a gull. There were some geese a few minutes ago. I don't know where they've gone. Some great big geese flying around. But I'm thinking about these ducks, these mallards. There they are, look, flapping around doing stuff. And one of the things I mentioned in the last video about mallards was this fact for that they haven't got binocular vision. You know what I mean? They just got eyes on the side of their head. In common with a lot of animals, particularly prey animals. Predators tend to have binocular vision because they need to be able to judge distances really accurately and quickly in order to be able to make those attacks. Prey animals don't need that kind of precision in terms of their ocular apparatus. They just need to be able to watch out for stuff coming, so they've got a much more general kind of CCTV thing going on, which is this eye on the side of their head thing. There's quite a few animals like that, isn't there? I mean, I've done a little bit of reading about that, but it was a while ago. I suppose I'm struck by the yeah, there's a passage in Melville actually in what's it called, in Moby Dick. He's talking about whales, because whales are the same. You know, whales don't have binocular vision. They're not really predators. They just kind of filter plankton, don't they? So they don't really need the precision viewfinding apparatus that binocular vision provides. So they've got eyes on the side of the head. And then Moby Dick, Melville, describes the front of a whale. I think he said something like a blind blank wall or something like that. He describes it, just a big wall at the front. And he goes on to say something like all is darkness, and the front of a whale, all is darkness, he says, which is great. Come on. But I don't think it is darkness actually. I think it's not quite right. Or if it is, it's the same kind of darkness that humans have at the back of their heads. You know what I mean? It's dark. It's the same as, I think, it's the same as me saying I've got darkness behind me, which I can have, but I have to really think about it. You know what I mean? If I don't think about it, it's just an absence really. It's blind in the same way that a blind spot is blind, not in the way that putting a bag over your head is blind. Yeah, and also something Dan Dennett talks about actually, one of his, because he talks about whales in one of his essays, and he has this speculation. It's just a speculation, I think. He says that when whales move, they do this thing where they do this with their heads like this. It feels great to do actually. He says one of the things they might be doing with that is that, in addition to whatever else they're doing it for, they're basically bringing different visual fields into their eyes. He says what they might be doing then is using that different information to construct a three-dimensional map of the world. I mean, we do it because we make a three-dimensional map of the things that's in front of us, at least, by using the differences between the right and left eye, the parallax between right and left eye, as one of the techniques by which we map the three-dimensional world in front of us, which we experience as depth perception. And then it speculates that they're doing a similar kind of thing, but they're using these, rather than using simultaneous images and working out the parallax from that we have, they might be using the simultaneous images that they get when you do this with your head. I suppose as a software engineering problem, it's probably no more difficult to extract three-dimensional information from consecutive images than it is from simultaneous images. I don't know if they would experience that as depth perception though. I think I've got a feeling that depth perception is kind of a consciousness thing. You know what I mean? And if you're not conscious, it's just a kind of map really, which you don't really need to have. You don't need to kind of consciously look at. You know, in the sense when we look out into the three-dimensional world, we're kind of looking at the mapped information. That doesn't make sense, does it? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think depth perception is a conscious experience of three-dimensional information. And I don't. If whales aren't conscious, at least in the same way that we are, I don't suppose they would have. It wouldn't be useful to use a term like depth perception. But they probably can get three-dimensional information if what Dennett's saying has got any validity. Rabbits are funny as well. Rabbits have got, excuse me, don't have binocular vision because obviously they're definitely prey animals, as my dogs know only too well. They've got eyes on the side of their head, but apparently, I was reading this somewhere, that rabbits, the wiring system in rabbits' brains is such that either they haven't got a corpus callosum or something like this. I don't know. There's something not joined up in quite the same way that human brains are. So that if you present some information to a right side of to the right eye, or the right visual field of the right eye of a rabbit, and then try to find out whether it knows that information by doing some experiments on the left side of its brain. I think that's right. Maybe it's the other way around. Either way, it doesn't know it. So the right brain doesn't know what the right eye is doing, and the left brain doesn't know what the left eye is doing. There's something unjoined up there. So that's a bit weird as well, isn't it? I mean, all these perceptual changes must make the world these animals live in so different to our own. I think I read somewhere that some animals, I think it's snakes, their sensory systems aren't joined up. So where we have this kind of binding system, you know, if we smell something and we see it, like I smell a burger and there's a burger in front of me, I know that it's the burger that's giving the smell. You know, I trace them and they form part of the same gestalt, the same object. But I think snakes don't do that. They have their sense of smell, their olfactory bulb in their brain, their taste receptors and their visual receptors are all separate. So the entity which has a smell to a snake is not the same entity that they're tasting, and it's not the same entity that they're seeing, even though to us it would be exactly the same entity. Here's some geese here, I'll show you. Not quite sure what kind of geese those are. But there they are. And there's the sun glittering on the water again.